Have you ever tried to stand up in the morning only to feel your knees stiff like rusty hinges, or your fingers refusing to bend the way they used to? You pause, take a deep breath, and wait for your body to wake up, hoping the stiffness will pass. For many people over 60, this is not just an occasional annoyance. It becomes part of everyday life. The sound of joints cracking, the ache that lingers after a short walk, or the fear of climbing stairs because the knees might give way, these are the silent alarms of aging joints. You are not alone. Studies show that more than half of adults over 60 experience some form of joint pain or stiffness every single week. Some even describe the sensation as carrying an invisible weight on their body, a constant reminder that movement is no longer effortless. But what if it didn't have to be this way? Imagine being able to get out of bed without that sharp sting in your knees. Imagine walking with confidence, bending down to tie your shoes, or gardening without stopping every few minutes to rub sore joints. What if the answer wasn't in a bottle of pills, but in the food you choose to eat every day? Today, I, Dr. Simon Hart, will guide you through 5 simple foods you may already have in your kitchen, that can help keep your joints flexible, strong, and yes, far less painful. Small choices on your plate could mean big differences in how freely you move tomorrow. As we move past the age of 60, something fundamental begins to change inside the body. The smooth cartilage that once cushioned our joints starts to thin. The fluid that kept our knees, hips, and shoulders moving with ease begins to dry out. It's like oil in an old machine. Less of it means more friction, more stiffness, and eventually more pain. One of the most common conditions among older adults is osteoarthritis, often called the wear and tear arthritis. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly 1 in 3 people over 65 live with this condition. That means millions wake up every day to aching knees, stiff hips, and swollen fingers. And the problem is not only pain. When joints stiffen, balance becomes harder to maintain. A simple step on uneven ground could lead to a fall, and falls are one of the leading causes of serious injury in seniors. There's also the issue of inflammation. After 60, the body's natural repair systems slow down. Tiny injuries to the joints that once healed quietly now linger, creating low-grade inflammation. Think of it as a small fire that never goes out. Over time, this inflammation erodes cartilage, weakens bone, and sends sharp signals of pain every time you try to move. But why does this happen more with age? Scientists explain it simply. Collagen, the protein that forms the scaffolding of your joints, declines. Blood circulation slows, which means fewer nutrients reach your cartilage. And hormones that once kept inflammation in check, like estrogen in women, drop significantly after menopause, leaving joints more vulnerable. The good news is that while aging itself is not something we can stop, the progression of joint stiffness and pain can be slowed and sometimes reversed by making choices that reduce inflammation and nourish cartilage. One of the most powerful choices lies not in a pharmacy, but in your kitchen. Certain foods contain compounds that act like natural lubricants and protectors for your joints. Eating them regularly could mean fewer aches, better flexibility, and more freedom to move in your daily life.
Now let's pause for a moment. When most people hear about joint pain, they imagine strong medications, expensive supplements, or even surgery as the only options. But that isn't the whole story. The truth is, some of the most effective ways to protect and restore your joints are surprisingly simple, and often sitting right in your own kitchen. We are not talking about miracle cures or overnight fixes. We're talking about foods, ordinary foods, that have been studied by scientists and shown to fight inflammation, strengthen cartilage, and improve mobility. Foods that nourish your joints the way water nourishes a dry plant. You may already enjoy them in small amounts, but when eaten regularly and in the right way, they can transform how your body feels each day. Think of fatty fish rich in omega-3 oils that act like natural lubricants for your joints, or the vibrant colors of berries packed with antioxidants that cool down the silent fires of inflammation. Consider turmeric, a golden spice that has been used for centuries and now confirmed by modern science to ease joint discomfort. Even the crunch of walnuts or the green power of spinach can play a part in keeping your body moving freely. You don't have to change everything at once. Even adding one of these foods to your daily meals could begin to shift the balance inside your joints. Small choices, repeated daily, can create real change. And in the next section, we'll explore each of these 5 powerful foods in depth so you know exactly how they work and how you can start using them today.
Fatty fish, nature's joint lubricant. Let's begin with one of the most powerful allies for aging joints, fatty fish, such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These fish are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, which have been shown to reduce inflammation throughout the body. When inflammation settles in the joints, it causes swelling, stiffness, and pain. Omega-3s work like a calming agent, quieting down the overactive immune response that damages cartilage. A study published in the Annals of the Rheumatic Diseases followed patients with rheumatoid arthritis and found that those who consumed omega-3s regularly reported less joint pain and improved grip strength. Another review from Harvard noted that omega-3s can slow the progression of osteoarthritis by protecting cartilage cells from further breakdown. For someone over 60, including fatty fish in your meals 2 or 3 times a week could make a noticeable difference. Try grilling salmon with herbs, adding sardines to whole-grain toast, or tossing mackerel into a salad. If fresh fish is hard to find, canned options in water or olive oil still provide strong benefits. Think of it as adding oil to rusty hinges. Your joints begin to move more smoothly again. 2. Berries, the colorful protectors. Now picture a handful of blueberries or strawberries. Their deep colors are more than just beautiful. They signal a high concentration of antioxidants, particularly anthocyanins. These compounds act like shields, protecting your cartilage from oxidative stress, the rusting process that accelerates with age. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that anthocyanins reduce inflammatory markers in the body. Another study involving older adults discovered that those who consumed berries several times a week experienced improved mobility scores compared to those who rarely ate them. The reason is simple. Antioxidants mop up free radicals, the unstable molecules that damage tissues like cartilage. The best part? Berries are easy to enjoy daily. Sprinkle blueberries on your morning oatmeal, blend strawberries into a smoothie, or simply snack on them fresh. Frozen berries are just as powerful as fresh, making them an affordable year-round option. Over time, these small bursts of antioxidants help joints remain flexible and resilient, reducing the morning stiffness so many seniors dread. 3. Turmeric, the golden spice of relief. Turmeric, the bright golden spice often found in curry, has gained worldwide recognition for its healing properties. The key lies in curcumin, its active compound. Curcumin is a strong anti-inflammatory, often compared in effectiveness to certain pain relief medications, but without the same side effects. A randomized clinical trial published in Arthritis and Rheumatology showed that patients taking curcumin reported reduced knee pain and improved physical function within just 8 weeks. Another meta-analysis confirmed that turmeric supplementation significantly lowers stiffness in people with osteoarthritis. You don't need to take a supplement if you don't want to. You can simply add turmeric powder to soups, stews, or warm milk. Pair it with black pepper, which boosts absorption by nearly 2,000%. Imagine replacing the daily habit of reaching for painkillers with the gentle ritual of stirring turmeric tea in the evening. Over weeks and months, your joints thank you with greater ease of movement. 4. Nuts, small, crunchy powerhouses. Next, let's turn to nuts. Walnuts, almonds, and even hazelnuts. These small foods are rich in omega-3s, vitamin E, and magnesium.
Together, they fight inflammation, support bone health, and shield cartilage. Vitamin E in particular is known as the protector vitamin. It helps neutralize free radicals that can break down cartilage tissue. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed older adults and found that those with higher vitamin E intake reported less joint pain and fewer mobility limitations. Walnuts are especially valuable. Just a handful a day, about 7 halves, can deliver a strong dose of joint-friendly nutrients. Almonds provide calcium and magnesium which support the bones surrounding your joints. The best way to enjoy them is as a snack, sprinkled on yogurt or blended into nut butter. Instead of processed snacks that increase inflammation, nuts offer crunch and comfort while strengthening your joints from within. 5. Leafy greens, the green medicine for your joints. Finally, we arrive at leafy greens: spinach, kale, and broccoli. These vegetables are rich in vitamin K, vitamin C, calcium, and antioxidants. Together, they form a powerful team that not only strengthens bones, but also protects the connective tissues that allow joints to move smoothly. Vitamin K plays a direct role in bone mineralization, while vitamin C supports collagen production. Collagen is the scaffolding of your joints. Without it, cartilage weakens and tears more easily. A study from Arthritis Care and Research found that people with low vitamin K intake were significantly more likely to develop knee osteoarthritis. Another study confirmed that higher consumption of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli reduced inflammation markers in the blood. You don't need to eat a mountain of greens. A cup of spinach in a morning omelet, a kale salad at lunch, or steamed broccoli with dinner is enough to nourish your joints consistently. Over time, these green foods act like natural building blocks, helping your knees and hips remain strong and flexible. Pulling it all together, when you look at these 5 foods, fatty fish, berries, turmeric, nuts, and leafy greens, they may seem ordinary, but together they form a protective shield around your joints. Each works in a unique way. Fish lubricates, berries defend, turmeric calms, nuts strengthen, and greens rebuild. The secret is not to eat them once in a while, but to make them part of your regular life. Just like daily brushing protects your teeth, daily nutrition protects your joints.
Now that we know which foods can protect your joints, the next question is simple. How do you actually use them each day without feeling overwhelmed? The answer lies in small, practical steps that fit naturally into your routine. Start with breakfast. This is the easiest time to include joint-friendly foods. Add a handful of blueberries to your oatmeal, or toss a spoonful of chopped walnuts on top of yogurt. These little additions only take seconds, but deliver antioxidants, vitamin E, and healthy fats before your day even begins. At lunch, try including leafy greens. A spinach salad with olive oil and lemon, or a side of steamed broccoli with your meal can provide vitamin K and vitamin C to strengthen cartilage and bone. If salads feel boring, blend kale into a fruit smoothie. You won't even notice it's there. For dinner, make space for fatty fish 2 or 3 times a week. Grilled salmon with herbs, baked mackerel, or even canned sardines on whole grain toast are simple, affordable options. If fish isn't your favorite, try pairing it with spices or sauces that make the flavors more enjoyable. And then there's turmeric. You don't need much, just a teaspoon in soups, stews, or stirred into warm milk before bed. Remember to combine it with black pepper to unlock its full potential. Consistency is more important than perfection. You don't need to eat all 5 foods every single day. Rotate them, mix them, and enjoy them in ways you love. Over weeks and months, your joints will feel the difference. Less stiffness, easier movement, and a greater sense of freedom in your daily life.
Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you already tried some of these foods for your joints? Maybe you enjoy salmon once a week, or perhaps you've been sprinkling turmeric into your meals without realizing how powerful it really is. If you've already added any of these foods to your diet, type 1 in the comments. If you're just getting started and this is all new to you, type 0. It's a simple way to see how many of us are on the same journey. And if you have your own routine or favorite recipe that helps your joints feel better, share it below. Your ideas could inspire someone else who is struggling. Don't forget,
Subscribe to The Slow Strength for more simple health tips designed especially for life after 60. We're building a community where every choice brings us closer to strength and freedom.
As we come to the end of this journey, I want you to remember one simple truth. Joint pain and stiffness do not have to define your days after 60. Yes, aging changes the body, but it does not have to take away your ability to move with confidence or enjoy the activities you love. Think of the 5 foods we explored today not as rules, but as invitations. Each one is a small, natural gift. Salmon that oils the hinges of your joints, blueberries that shield your cartilage, turmeric that soothes hidden fires, walnuts that strengthen from within, and leafy greens that rebuild the very structure of your bones and cartilage. Taken together, they are more than food. They are tools for freedom. You don't need to change your entire diet overnight. Start with one small step. Add a sprinkle of berries to breakfast, a handful of nuts as a snack, or a warm turmeric drink before bed. Each small choice is like planting a seed. Over time, those seeds grow into a body that feels lighter, stronger, and more alive. Imagine waking up tomorrow with just a little less stiffness, walking across the room with ease, or gardening without constant breaks. These are not distant dreams. They are possible outcomes of the choices you make today. You deserve flexibility. You deserve strength. And above all, you deserve a life free from the heavy burden of joint pain. Take care of yourself. Cherish your body. And remember, every small step you take today leads to a brighter, freer tomorrow.